and welcome to the Black Super Friends podcast. Tonight, they are being joined by the Chamber Talk Show hosts, Dr. Tamika and Dr. April. Thanks for joining us.
Hey, good evening, and welcome to another episode of the Black Super Friends. We have two guests with us tonight. We're joined by Dr. Tamiko Manning and Dr. April Givens from the Chambers Talk Show. Hey, it is your host, D. Horace Towns, the amazing host with the most. Look, I can't say the rest. God dang it, I'm not going to do it. We got banned before. Listen, so if you're not familiar with the show, this is a show about me with my three best friends who we're kind of the male version of the View, but we talk about things from the male perspective. We're four straight, successful black men, African Americans, and we give a different perspective than you would get in typical media. I'm going to introduce first my partner, my brother, who is in red in gang fashion. Tonight, you will address him as Zay, the ladies' man.
Gang, gang. What's happening, fellas? What's happening, ladies? Happy Vagina Day to you, fellas. Happy Valentine's Day to you, ladies.
No.
Okay, you should say Happy Alfredo Day because there wasn't none in the grocery store.
Man, I'm not eating that.
That's what she said. Hey,
Something else on the menu tonight, boy.
all right. Next, I'm going to my brother residing in GA. You will know him tonight as Super Mario Senior.
Greetings. Happy Valentine's Day to all, and thanks for tuning in again to another, hopefully, great episode of the Black Super Friends.
All right. Last but not least, the character, the villain sometime, the controversial one. Tonight, you will know him as Heartbreak Chris.
Thank you for that intro, man. You had me at whatever the first one you said. But happy Valentine's Day to everybody. I smell love in the air, man. The ladies, I brought some candy, I brought a card, I even wore my good Sunday best, ladies. I'm here for you. How y'all doing?
All right, my brother's wearing a red tie, not because of love, because he's gonna be a Republican.
Hey, look, I'm thinking about that too.
All right, get some red hats for you. And then we're joined by the lovely ladies, the ones that I personally love and like, Dr. Manning, Dr. Givens.
Hi.
Hey.
Everybody.
Well,
All
thank
right.
you for having us.
Right. Happy Valentine's Day, gentlemen. You guys look amazing.
You ain't lying.
Well, I don't think no player, no self-respecting player would decline the invitation of two ladies to join them.
Better not.
Yeah. Sadate. Hey, okay, listen. I want to I want to give a shout out to all my homeboys. I seen the Dollar Tree getting them last minute cards and balloons, bro. Listen, that's all that count. The brother who said, let me make sure I go home to this happy home where there's Alfredo and shrimp and chicken or whatever she cooks. Happy Valentine's to that brother who took the extra effort to go out and make his old lady smile today. So salute to all my brothers off SAL. You know who y'all are. All right.
Financially literate brothers.
Yeah. First in trending news, I want to say BS to that Super Bowl. Joe Burrows was supposed to win that game. All right. I was going for the Bengals only because I hated the Rams, simply because I wanted Tom Brady to be the only quarterback to win a Super Bowl as an at-home team. So congrats to the Rams, especially those sensitive brothers like OBJ that was crying and whatnot. But, I got to ask y'all fellas, what was y'all thoughts about the game? Because I really wanted Burrows to win. They had so many opportunities, but it just didn't fall their way this year. So I'm going to go first to Heartbreak Chris, and I'm going to throw the ladies in there too.
Man, I actually watched the Super Bowl, and I think it was very, very interesting. I love what I see in the kid Joe Burrow to be hit as many times as he was hit all season, and then he took that punishment in the fourth quarter. I thought that his resilience was great to me. But I have to give credit where credit due. The Rams battled back and won the game. Aaron Donald, I believe that he should have gotten the MVP. I didn't have a dog in the fight. I'm a San Francisco 49er fan, so but I did enjoy myself with good people, with good food, everything like that. So yeah, it was cool. It was a cool vibe. And we got to talk about the halftime show. I ain't gonna say nothing about that, but we're gonna have to talk about it.
All right, I'm gonna go to Super Mario next.
I liked it. I thought it was gonna be worse. I think Cincinnati got saved because OBJ got hurt. Because it was going to be the great coming of Jerry Rice Jr. If that hadn't happened. I think people overlooking one simple fact that how underwhelming it is to lose OBJ in that minute. Woods is already hurt. His tight end was already hurt, and then OG. So now you out there with your 4-string wide receiver and a slot receiver that's running all these routes. And Cooper Kupp is a great receiver, but he's not that fast. So for him to put that last drive together and throw 7 consecutive passes to the same guy, and everybody in football knew that it was going to that same guy, and he get all the way down the field, that's amazing. The last person I do this, you should like this, Horace, is Tom Brady. But then the difference between that is Tom Brady did it for a field goal, and he did it for a touchdown. So salute to the Rams, but they did not cover. So it really pissed me off because I needed them to win by 4. But it's all good.
Yeah, I must say that I was pissed because I was like, you got one job. You don't change your defense. You've been winning all game. You change the defense. This little small 5'8", 140-pound receiver caught every damn pass, and that made me outraged. Latest man, before I go to the latest.
Well, fellas, y'all gonna bring me up on charges. I did not watch the football game. Yep. Ooh. In true 1960 fashion, I actually just watched the highlights on my phone as I took in a movie date with my daughter because, hey, she took precedence over that at that point in time. That was what was more important to me. I just watched. Yeah, that's it. I just watched the highlights, but we watched all type of scary movies since I had a training this weekend and couldn't really spend that much time with her. We spent Sunday watching scary movies because that's what she wanted to do. That's my life.
You had a training
in this case.
Yeah, I had a training class.
Oh, training class.
Yeah. Oh, okay. Gain some more knowledge on some information that we try to provide to our clients. So heavy is the head that wears the crown. No Super Bowl this year.
As a Dolphins fan, you don't have to worry about that for a long time.
But you know what? As a Dolphins fan, I'm not gonna lie to you. I can tell you this. I was looking for the Bengals to pull it out, and I was watching my phone like a 1960 bookie, and I'm like, boy, they gonna kick their ass. And then I got 23-20. What is this? And I have nothing to go back on to look to see how it came to fruition. So I gotta depend on you guys' story because damn, I missed it.
That defense came alive.
Yeah. And bad coaching, but we'll argue about it on Chris Sports Show. Dr. Manning.
Okay, so I must admit, I'm a huge Dallas fan, and so because they weren't there, I kind of ran around the house. I was waiting on the halftime show, which I dubbed it a concert. I was waiting on the concert so the people in my house could dance to the music. That's what happened. I will admit the game was very good. I did not really have a team preference. I was just like, I'm going to watch the game and I'm going to let the guys in here discuss whatever. And so they went into detail about all of this that you guys are talking about tonight. But I was just there for the food, the drinks, the fun. Let me just be honest. But I do applaud Zay for spending time with his daughter. I think that's it melted my heart.
Well, thank you.
Girl, Dad.
Yeah, Dr. Gibbons.
Well, I watched the complete game. I really enjoyed the game. I'm also a Cowboys fan, true to the blue, but I was really rooting for the Rams. I was rooting for Andrew Whitworth because he is an excellent player on the field and off the field. This man is a humanitarian. I watched the NFL honors. I watched his speech that he gave. He won NFL Man of the Year. And so I was rooting for him. I was like, this man deserves a ring because he is just a great human. So that was my thing. I was rooting for Andrew the whole time. So I'm glad they pulled it off. And hey, I enjoyed the show.
Yeah.
Yeah, go
You know
Cowboys.
what?
Was nice. That was
A good quick honorable mention is this. Hold up, Hardy. I mean, Horace, a good quick honorable mention is this. I noticed that a lot of people were home and took the Super Bowl in. From what I could see, when I did look out the door, people were home and there were cars stacked up at houses. So I guess it brought that homely feel back where a lot of people probably didn't go out to watch the Super Bowl this year, I'm assuming. But that was just my take from what I seen from my street. I don't know, what did you guys see?
Well, honestly, nobody really was into the game. Nobody's team was there. I don't
Right.
think the Rams or the Bengals was anybody's team. So I was mad because there was no good food in the vicinity this year. Like, it's like nobody had a good cookout. So, it is what it is, man. But I will jump forward to this. This is where it's going to be fun because I'm going to wing it. Best or worst Valentine's Day? I need to know what was the best or worst Valentine's Day experience that you had. And I'm going to go to Hardy first.
Well, the best one is the first one I probably spent with my wife. So that's probably the best one. Because it actually materialized into something that's us spending every other Valentine's Day together since. So that's probably the best one.
All right. Xavier.
That's a great question. I don't really celebrate Valentine's Day. I'm one of those. I'm Mr. Every Day is Valentine's Day if you got the right dude with you. But let me see. Me being honest, oh yeah. Listen, if you in the long haul with me, buckle up. I got some ideals, but I think maybe the worst Valentine's Day idea I ever had was when I was living my single life, like living it loudly. I think I took my child's mother out, just trying to be that guy. Like, you know what? We have a child together. For nothing. We still cool with friends. I'm gonna just take her out, and that's just that. And man, that backfired on me. That turned into you trying to get back home and everything else, which wasn't anybody else's business, but damn sure made it theirs. And it made a nice gesture that I put out there on the table seem like, boy, don't ever do that again. So what it was worth, I think that was the worst idea I've ever had. It wasn't really the worst Valentine's Day experience, but that was the worst idea I ever had, to try to be friends or to try to do something extra nice. Even though I was single, it bit me in the butt. What about
Heartbreak Kid? Please make my day, because I know.
It's a story now. I remember back in my backsliding days. I remember that I went to a really rough economic time. So I was catching a train and everything to work or whatever. So this Valentine's Day, and I always like juggled, multiple women. At this point, I had two. So the way I had planned it is I was gonna get off of work and shoot back to the crib and take the one out early and take the more experienced one out later. You know what I'm saying? So, but the train was 2 hours late, so that kind of like messed up everything. So when I'm going to the first date with the first girl, I'm so aggravated about the whole day. My job was kick my ass, and then a 2 hour wait for the train, and I had to come there and do the date. I was rushing and shit. So I was really aggravated, and I'm already kind of, edgy when it comes to conversations with women sometimes. And it was a really, really bad date. So to the point where I'm texting, the other chick is texting me while I'm at the date. And, that was a situation where I really wanted to make it to because she kind of nasty or whatever. So boom, I'm trying to get rid of the date. I blow up in the restaurant, finally end the date. So I'm thinking, okay, well, cool. I'm gonna go holler at, the late night slider. She didn't pick up the phone, like at all, dog. And it was to the point where I was at the gate, like calling, like, come on now, don't do me like this. She didn't pick up the phone. So that was like my worst Valentine's Day experience, man. For real.
Woo.
You probably was.
That was good.
Yeah, dog. You got just tell the truth.
Dr. Givens, enlighten us.
Well, okay.
You're my
So
friend.
I'm not gonna say no names, but my worst, I say, Valentine's Day experience was years ago when I didn't get anything. And so I was upset and I was like, hey, you're not gonna get me nothing. And so then he come with 2 king size Snicker bars and just put them on the counter and said, here, I'm like, what is this? Well, I know you like Snicker bars, so here you go.
Oh.
Happy Valentine's Day. I'm like, all the candy you pass by in the store, all the balloons, all the hearts, you go and get 2 king size Snicker bars. That was just cold.
I don't know. That was kind of player.
Hey,
I know he was going with that.
You didn't notice the
Tell
innuendo.
me, enlighten me. Where was he going?
You missed the innuendo.
Yeah, I'm leaving it alone. We'll talk about it behind stage.
Dr. Manning.
Okay.
You went to the store to get 1 Snicker bar?
Maybe he was really on a budget. Maybe his money was funnier, you know.
That wasn't the case.
He gave him 2.
You
Them
was
like
on
2
hands.
rounds.
Trying to give him the benefit of the doubt. Okay. Yeah. So for me, my worst was in my younger years. I dated a guy for several years, and we would date on and off. And so it got to the point where in his mind, kind of like what Zay said, I'm not into Valentine's Day. I really don't believe in Valentine's Day. So when Valentine's Day rolled around, I absolutely did not get anything, not even a Snickers bar. And I don't eat Snickers. I hate Snickers bars. But it was just the whole presentation of it. I'm just not into Valentine's Day. So to me, that was like the absolute worst. Okay. So my best, at one point I dated a guy with loads and loads and loads of money. And so not even just on Valentine's Day, but every week almost I was getting flowers galore. So my office would be filled with flowers at work, and people were so sick of me getting flowers that they stopped telling me at work. Like they stopped radioing me at work and saying, hey, you have flowers. Oh yeah. I would walk downstairs and they said, okay, you have flowers. Yeah. Are those mine? So he was not the one, but it was the gesture behind it. And so in the course of a month, I'd have hundreds of dollars in flowers. So I would say, yeah.
Player. I like
you okay? Him. You okay? He got you flowers. Oh, how did you survive? Are you
I have
toxic
so
men, I tell you.
But anyway, it was a gesture and people were sick of it. But yeah, those were the best days.
Well, fellas, if you get a woman some flowers and she don't post them to her story, yeah, you are not the starting QB. Okay, you was not the starter, bro. You was a bench player, role player. Let me see. I can't think of no Valentine's Day that was amazing for me, but I can tell you what the worst was. The worst one was the year that I found out, and I was like Chris, young brother, new kid. Look, I got a lot of money. Child support kicking me like a pinata. And my girl at the time said, babe, don't worry about it. You don't have to get me anything. And I believed her.
Fell for that.
Bruh, I don't even know what I was thinking. She said, no, babe, don't worry about nothing. Don't worry about it. You don't have to get me anything. I don't need nothing. We're good. You show me love every day. And in the afternoon, I walk into gifts, balloons, stuff. So I'm looking like, oh God. And I had to run back out, but it really wasn't the same. And I had to hear about that for like 2-3 years. So finding out that don't get me nothing really don't mean don't get me nothing. I don't even really understand fully the sorcery behind that. But yeah, that was the worst V-Day because I had to hear about it for years to come.
No, it doesn't, John. That is not true.
No, it is not. Just write on a card and all this other stuff. And I'm like, despite our economic, financial future and plans, you still want to go out to Ruth Chris when I can go in here and George Foreman the hell out this state. But
But the thing about it is, Horace, because a card costs like $1. Like you said, people's going to Dollar Tree. A balloon is like $1. You know, those little heart candies is like $1. You can, scrunch up some change, $2, $3, and still give somebody something nice. It's the thought that counts.
We get it. But don't tell a brother, no, babe, trust me, I don't want anything. Yeah. To a young brother.
Might actually listen to you.
Bruh, I'm saying, you know what I mean? I'm in here giving you the hammer every night. This is a good relationship. And then it was trickery. But hey, since I want to talk to my guys and we have some estrogen on the show tonight, we're gonna play judge and jury. We're gonna ask tonight. Chris wants to discuss the inequality of Valentine's Day. It's not just a woman holiday. So now that we have some ladies on screen, Chris is going to give his dissertation on why he feels that there is not an equal day for both.
Well, I wasn't prepared for this, but at the end of the day, Valentine's Day is marketed. It seems like it's marketed to women. Men, I don't see them celebrated on Valentine's Day. I hear that it's, even though I was talking, it's all about did he get you something. We don't know if you guys got him nothing, but you dead hot about him not getting you nothing. There's an inequality in Valentine's Day that we got to discuss, ladies. We got to discuss. I'm not going to be long-winded on this because I would like to hear your input on it, but this is crazy.
I agree. I think there is an inequality because, and a lot of people say it's cliche, the day is for females. But I feel personally that we need to reciprocate. It's for both of us. So we go to dinner, you treat for dinner, then possibly maybe the next day I'll treat. So it's kind of a give and take. But I honestly believe it's for both people. It's an opportunity for you to kind of even if you're having issues, men did, squash it. Valentine's Day, there is a focus on love, but for me, I definitely agree with you, Chris, that it's not just something that should be just a focus on females. And that's every day. I think, both parties need to focus on each other every day. But yeah.
What you gonna get them though?
For me, typically I always buy something like a shirt, shade, something that's nice that you can remember. Do you want flowers? Is that what you're saying?
I'll tell you what I want. I want coupons. I say, this is my whole new theory on this. I think women should give men coupons, meaning, let's say you get at the start of Valentine's Day, you give them 10 coupons. 3 of them may be shut up cards. So anytime you run in your mouth and he needs you to shut up, he hands you a card. He only got 3 that year, so he got to choose wisely. Unlimited BJ cards. He might want 5 of them. Anytime he want it, he hand you his card. And you say, this is what I chose. Massage. You can switch it up. Massage cards, dinner cards, whatever. Just get at the end every Valentine's Day, get him a 10-pack of cards and say, hey, look, whenever this is what you get. Whenever you can use them, but you lose them at the end of the year. What do you think about that?
Ingenious.
I actually like that idea.
I know.
So if we're mad at each other and you present the card, I still have to abide by the card.
You got to go right by the card. You give him as many cards as you want to, but he can use them at any point in time.
Big girl, man.
But he only get 10.
Brother, make copies
There
of
you go, John.
Ladies, man.
Yo. Oh, man.
Come on, man. You got any beef with that? Listen, I'll tell y'all, it's commercialized. Listen, y'all call me cheap. It's not that. I am thrifty, and I'm always thinking about making sure I'm never homeless. I believe that stuff is commercialized and sensationalized, and we are, it's all about being. I seen somebody today, she put up pictures like she got a dude, and all her pictures was her at dinner, her doing it all. It's like, well, damn, show the Negro that's sponsoring this night of luxury dining and whatnot. You know what I mean? So that's just my take on it. I think it's been commercialized, and it needs to be bringing to a halt. And for the record, Ruth Chris, if you listening, I went to Ruth Chris Saturday night. Is overrated. It sucks. $70 for a steak with no flavor, man. Please.
Well, you got the sell steak. I didn't know they had those. Cause boy, that thing is a
I got the sell steak, huh? Okay.
Had to at $70, man. Listen, that place costs money. But I don't know, Chris, you wowed me with that answer. I really wasn't ready for that, but that makes a lot of sense, and I think that would help, especially in the era of role playing. If women are open to it, that's definitely something good. But I do think that Valentine's Day should be equally, and I think that it's done equally, especially with some of the couples that I've seen. There are some lost brothers out here that still got their game in their pocket, as the old man told me when we were kids. And you know, they out here spending what they don't have, like you said, Horace. They ready to lose their roof. But to the individuals who are smart enough to understand that, you know, one hand washes the other, and what you want from a person, you do first so they can do back and teach them how to love you. I think that Valentine's Day should be equal, 50-50. But unfortunately, it's not.
We can do the coupons also, right?
No.
Yeah.
No. You can't always have what we have. No, it's us. Us coupons, man coupons. Leave it just to us. Please, God damn, you get all the candy, the flowers, the chocolate, and everything. You can't have everything.
Okay.
All right. Super Mario, give me some logic.
Well, it sounds good, everything that everybody's saying. For the last 10 minutes, I sit here and I was lighting up in the inside, and I was like, man, that sounds great. Sounds good. But if you were living in that world, you have to think that men and women are equal. I do not. I think that men has a different level of responsibility in life. And I think that right now, most of us have to bear the end of the stick, the short end of the stick. And when it comes to financial and being the giver to women, that's just what I believe. So I believe that it sounds like right now it'll never be reciprocated. So it'll be somewhat, you'll get something, but your something would never equal to her something, because I seen one good brother say right after that, it's going to be Mother's Day. Father's Day come up, we get socks. I'm saying it's the same thing. So at some point you got to, in life I always say, you can just dwell on the problem, or you can find a way to solve it and deal with it, and then make your life better. Because every day you can't be disappointed at Valentine's Day when you're not getting equal value. You can't be disappointed on every Father's Day when Mother's Day is better. You can't keep setting yourself up. It's good in theory, but I just don't think it's gonna happen. And even the coupon thing, they'll find a way to say that's not what that was meant for, or you know what I'm saying. And what you gonna do? Leave? Like it's like, you know what I'm saying. It's almost kind of like I just get the flowers. I'm gonna get the whatever. You know what I'm saying. If you want to show off, I've come to understand this. I'm not quarreling. I'm not fighting with you. If you want to post 1,000 pictures on Facebook, I'm gonna give you something to post 1,000 pictures about. If you want to make everybody at your job jealous, I'm sending flowers. Whatever you want to do, let's just do it, because it don't really matter, because you're gonna do it some kind of way or another. That's just how I feel about it. You know what I'm saying? So I don't never think it's gonna be unequal. That's just me.
Dr. Givens.
I agree with Mario. I mean, but I definitely think it's both, but it depends on the couple. It depends on the person. I was always the type that was in a relationship, and I would buy watches. I would buy boxer shorts. I would buy candy too, like, you know, different things like that. So it was reciprocal. So I think it depends on the woman and the man, and you know how they feel about each other in their relationship in their moment.
Can I ask one question before I go? But do you think men, I'm saying it reciprocal in this, if a man don't get nothing, he's not gonna be like, man, I can't believe you didn't get me nothing. This is crazy. I don't think that reaction come from any man. And if a man get dropped, if he get a watch that he don't even like, if he get cologne that he hate the smell, he's still gonna say, thanks, baby, I love it. Because if he don't, he won't forget. Yeah. So it's like, you know what I'm saying? Like, because you're right, my wife bought me something for every holiday that I never requested it. And every time she bought me something, it's not a time. I was with Horace for my birthday. I said I wanted. She did all. That's what I'm saying. She always gonna do something, but I don't think it's the want for men as much as it is for women. Like for a woman, it's like, how dare you did not at least think to try to. It's just and this thing, you know, you just hell and brimstone. Shit.
Dr. Givens was settled for $3 at the dollar store. She ain't giving a shit.
It's the thought. It's something that shows that you thought about me at least. If you went to the dollar store and read a card and purchased it and got a balloon or a little teddy bear or something, you thought about me.
Yeah.
Split equity. I like it.
Yeah. I think the best part is the people like yourself, Dr. Givens, who, you speak well on this show. We're going to bring we're going to have a surprise show and bring on one of the exes.
Men's Valentine's Day is March 14th, though. But see, that's the irony in all of this. Nobody don't even know that, and people don't even celebrate that day. There's no cards for March 14th. March 14th is actually Men's Valentine's Day. I don't see any cards for Men's Valentine's Day. I don't see any sock commercials or Nike Fit commercials or basketball commercials or Old Spice commercials for March 14th.
I never heard of that.
Right, see?
You can
Google it right now, and it's actually
Definitely.
the next month on the same day. It's March the 14th. It's National Men's Valentine's Day. And you don't, as a man, you don't even know that.
I have no idea.
You know what's sad? It's a joke because I feel like in this narcissistic era, it's a lot of people that go out and it's more to show off to the friends, like, girl, look what he did, blah, 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 right? But then this girl had a meme I'm talking about, oh, he's going to be mad as hell his Valentine's gift is unavailable because of my menstrual. So like, damn.
What did your dentist say?
Oh, wow.
Wow.
Right. We're going back to blacklisted because of Chris.
No, I'm saying, never mind.
I'll mess with you, man. Hey, since it's getting good tonight, I used to do the coupon thing back in the day. He loved it. Hey, I never knew that. Thanks, Mario. Hey, the coupon thing might be a hit. All right.
I tell you.
Yeah, you definitely will know I'm too tired. Hey, listen.
Throw a forgiveness card in there too, because I might need it.
Yeah, listen, I got a contract between me and you, says.
Just throw me one, at least one forgive me card. Just one. Two. Let me get two.
All right.
That's a perfect addendum, Chris.
Let me forge this and repair this. Now you're going to go behind the scenes for all the people that love the guys on this cast. I'm actually going to ask them to dig a little deep. Since Mario is in the dark over there, I'm going to ask him personal questions. Have you ever had your heart broken, Mario?
Hell yeah. That's a yeah, of course. A lot too. And I'm glad, because I think that if you haven't and you my age, then you in a world of devastation. It's just like anything else. Like, if you lose money when you're young, you don't have that much, so you don't lose a lot. But when you lose it when you get old, you lose so much, it's hard. It might be hard to get back. And I think that's the same thing when it comes to heartbreak. When you're young, you don't have anything attached to love. You know what I'm saying? It's just actually just a feeling. So, but when you get older, you start getting divorces. You start having items that tied to each other, like houses, cars, or commitments, as far as apartments together and all that kind of stuff.
Kids.
Leases you can't break. You know what I'm saying? That can get crazy right there when you fall out of love. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, I had my heart broken. I think some of it was wanted and some of it was unwanted. I think the worst to me was when I felt like you better not try me like that, and then she tried me exactly like that. Like I thought that, like, how as a man, sometimes when we dating, you kind of feel like I'm the catch at this point in this like, you know what I do? Like I do this, and I can do this, and I'm at the top of this level. And I don't think that she'll try me like that. And then sometimes you get blinded by putting people up on a pedestal, and then you get brought back down to earth very, very quick. And then you see that I don't care what you do, it's nobody bigger than the other person. As far as like, you can do whatever you want, and if that person not feeling you, then shit, they gonna walk away. And there's nothing you can do about it. And I wish somebody had told that to Kanye, because my good brother is in a world of despair. That's my exhibit A of when you get your heart broke later in life, you lose it all.
All right. I'm going to go estrogen. I'm going to go to the ladies. Dr. Givens.
Well, absolutely. I have gotten my heart broken more than once. But I think that has taught me really, the experience has taught me so much about myself. And that's what I like to teach to my clients. It's like sometimes we get in relationships and they mirror what we need to grow. So it's not even if it's just for the fact of you knowing what it is that you don't want moving forward in the next relationship. You go through all these trials and tribulations, and it makes you stronger. What don't kill you actually do make you stronger, because you look back and you learn from it. And sometimes rejection is God's protection. So you look back on it too and like, thank God I'm not with that person anymore, because of later knowledge that you find out. And you become stronger, you evolve.
Okay, I just told God the other day I'm strong enough, and He's been on my ass the last 2 days. So I don't know. Talking to God,
Yep.
just let me be humble. Don't say nothing. Don't pray for patience. Don't pray for strength. And He's like, I got you, my boy. Dr. Manning.
Okay, so yes, I agree with Dr. April. It makes you stronger, and I am divorced, but it wasn't the divorce. It was a previous relationship. Of course, I won't name that person, but this particular person, I thought I was going to marry. I wanted to marry. In my mind, I was young. I was, right out of college. I was working in television at the time. So I was thinking, I guess I call the name pretty much, but this was my first real relationship. So I had these experiences that I had never had before. So hindsight 22, when I look back, it was more of, and I won't say a lustful type of experience, but it was the experience of that person that I had never had. And so I was more drawn to that than anything. So ultimately, the relationship ended after several years. It was one of those on again, off again. I feel like I have to have this person. What am I going to do without this person? And then ultimately, I woke up one day and just said, this is toxic. I've learned everything that I think I can learn from this. And I made up in my mind that I was done, and I was done. And now I look back, I'm like, I can't even believe I even wanted to be with this person. But that is at that particular time how I felt. And it was the experience. But it was devastating to me. And I learned so much about what I didn't want going forward in the future. So, I just say, it was a lesson. It was a powerful lesson. I'm so glad I got to experience it. I have never in my mind felt the way that I felt at that particular time when I felt like I wanted to be with this person forever. And it was a very painstaking experience. But again, I can't even imagine why I really wanted that person in that manner. But yeah, it was a very heartbreaking situation.
All right. As a man, we'll share with you why later on. We know the answers. Ladies man, please enlighten me.
I definitely have. Being a ladies man, I've met a lot of ladies. Some of them, I broke their heart, and then some of them, God said, right back at you, player. So in life, I learned that there are lessons and there are blessings. I think that I took something from every relationship that I've ever been in as a learning point. Like I always tell people, I don't know everything. I have been through a lot of situations, so I kind of know what doesn't work for me, and I'll share that with you. Now, what you do with that information is totally on to you. I have a little whatever copyright that says leave me out of it. I just gave you my tape, and yeah, that's it. But I definitely agree that we learn from it, and it does make you better. It makes you, if you're wise enough, it makes you look in the mirror at yourself and kind of check yourself on things that you know that you were messing up on, and make sure that you try and do better moving forward. If you're wise. If not, you keep on the hamster wheel, and then, keep repeating itself.
Well, the Heartbreak Chris. Hey, your name Heartbreak Chris, so please enlighten me.
Exactly.
Tell me about one of those times that you was listening to R&B in the dark, or you was at the beach crying. Share with us. No.
Like the name Heartbreak Chris. I didn't deliver some heartbreak, so I gotta expect it to come back to me. And then the crazy thing is, I'm really, really sensitive about that shit. Like, cause if I like a girl, I really like it. Like, all of them break my heart, dog. Like, I don't care if we just smashing for a while, dog. I like all mine, every one of them. I mean, I'm like, I just like that. And dog, I see women now that it was just something casual with, and they got a man now, and I unfriend them. I'm
That's
salty.
tender, Chris. That is tender. You can't do that. You
I'm
can't do
tender
that.
about that shit, dog. Like anyone, like I don't any chick that I've ever like kind of like. If you get a man, like I'd stop wanting to talk to you. Like all that shit hurt me, dog. That's why I'll be so savage when it comes to women, dog. Because I'm tender about that shit. Like if I like a woman, dog, if she leave me, dog, that shit crush me. Like for real, I ain't gonna stop. I done been through worse, so it ain't like it's gonna stop me from doing anything. But that shit stick with me, and I it's like to the point where I can't even talk to her no more. You know what I'm saying? Now but for me personally, since I've been single so long, you know what I'm saying, I keep the door open. I let them come back. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm not one of those people that can like you and stop liking you. You know what I'm saying? Like if I like you for life. It ain't gonna be because I don't like a lot of women. And if I love you, like that shit for life. So, you know, even if I was to blame for the breakup, I'm hot when you get another man, like real mad too. So yeah, I've suffered so many heartbreaks. I can't even pinpoint one that was worse than the other. They're all bad.
Yeah, I appreciate your honesty. I'm gonna tell you something that most Negroes would not admit to. You single, you surfing through the internet, you looking at different profiles, you see a chick, you're like, oh, she bad. And then you looking through the picture, then you go through and be like, man, shit, she got a nigga. And click out. I ain't gonna follow her no more. She got a dude.
Yeah, I was mad when Taraji P. Henson got a dude. Like when I first watched Baby Boy, I fell in love with her, like completely. And we was riding for a while. It's kind of like when Rihanna got pregnant on You.
Yeah, man.
That shit got me so fucking salty, dog.
Yeah, man.
That shit got me so salty. Now, I don't even love her.
But Taraji's single again. So they
I'm straight now.
It ain't the same. It ain't the same for him.
If you go get another dude, it's over with. That's what hurt me so bad because I know I'm not ever going. You know, we might hook up another time, but it ain't gonna be no love like that no more.
Yeah,
ain't never going back.
She don't want nothing out of life. She has Chris, and then you don't want.
I can't make her want better.
Yeah, you can't make her want better for nothing. Listen, I'm gonna tell you what's the funniest part, man. Heartbreak, I did. But you know what? To be wise, a lot of our heartbreak comes from our own unfair expectations. Yeah, man. Listen, and you know what? I have to be transparent. I've always bragged on the show. I've never cheated on anybody I was with. And then the other day I had an epiphany. Like I did. I told you that. Huh?
We told you that. You just didn't want to believe it.
A long time ago, bro. I knew that was cap a long.
You don't only want to believe that, buddy.
One
time your ass. I think that's what your daddy told you. One time your ass.
And you know what was worse about it? Because I was listen, that's why my trust issues were always at the door, because I didn't cheat, but I was the person that women were cheating with. But to sum it up, it was one time, bro, I had my heart broken, and I swear to God, everybody was like, what's wrong with you, bro? I don't know, my mind I had never been like that. I started losing weight, and then everybody was like, yeah, got chubby. So then I'm like, I done lost weight. Then they're like, hey, boy, you don't look right. So I'm like, well, goddamn, I can't win for nothing, right? So once I had to eat for a couple of days, I said, I might as well keep it up. So I'm eating watermelon and drinking water and all that stuff. And then when I lost the weight, they're like, yeah, boy, you don't look right. So I'm like, the hell with everybody. But yeah, it was a time that I was messing with somebody and I was dating somebody, and I couldn't I was in between two places. You know what I mean? So I did. And it really, who knows what would have happened till this day if I wasn't the pogo stick, you know. But when you younger, like I was, bro, I don't think when you younger and you chisel it up, I don't think you really emotionally invest, because at that point, like what you say, girls are like buses. Next 15, one coming. Those are my confessions. I'm sorry. So I apologize. Actually, I had my heart broken. It was probably my fault. So I'm glad you heathens feel better. You heathens feel better.
That's always my fault.
Yeah, but listen, we've been transparent on the show, and I was like, damn, I did cheat before. I said that's gonna make Zaydam day. Now I'm in
we knew it already.
You ain't no
I'm curious about that on the therapy piece with Dr. April, because I heard Chris say he could see the woman or somebody he's liked in the past, and then it's like you're heartbroken when you see that they have a woman. Mm-hmm. Therapy wise, is that healthy? Is that unhealthy? Typically, once I move on, I really don't care. I could care less, but I don't know. I'm interested in knowing, like,
well, it's unhealthy. You know, it's unresolved emotions that he has, because it's the same theory. It's like, hey, if I can't have her, I don't want her with nobody else.
But, you know, I enjoy having that feeling. Like, I enjoy going through the spectrum of emotions. I don't mind being upset that she's with somebody. It ain't gonna stop my day. I want to feel that, because whatever it brings back, whatever we had together, it brings it back to me. I don't want to forget about her. If this is a woman that, even if it's a woman that I was casually just, intimate with for a long period of time, we done had good conversations. She probably knows stuff about me. She probably asks us about my daughter. I don't ever want to just forget about her because we're not messing around no more. I want to feel something when she comes up. I want to hate that she got a boyfriend. I ain't gonna do nothing to mess it up. But yeah, I want to feel something. I think feeling is good. Like, feel that shit.
Dr. Kevin, I want to say, can you respond to something that Dr. Manning said? She was like, once I'm over it, I'm done, move on. A lot of women will say that. Mm-hmm. And I think, like, sometimes it might be the wrong time, or maybe y'all both in different spaces. A lot of women say they don't go back. Oh, I don't go back. And once I leave, I leave. And sometimes I think that does a disservice to y'all, because guess what? That brother at that time might not have been ready, but 5 years later or 10 years later, it might be a scenario that he's different, you're different. Mario, you get what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm. I get what you're saying too. I mean, that's true. But for women, though, you have to understand it's an emotion. Once a woman is done, most women, we're done. That's it. It ain't no going back, especially if I loved you to the bone, like really, really gave my all to you, and you wasn't ready for it then, and now you trying to come back. She has nothing left for you. She's got you out of her system.
Absolutely.
It's 20 to 1, 20 to whatever the ratio of men to women, women to men. So I think it's a disservice.
I mean, it could be, but it goes with emotions.
Yeah, because you go through this grieving process. You go through all of these processes of, okay, what did I do wrong? Okay, I should change. Maybe he doesn't like this. Maybe and then eventually you're like, you know what? If you speak positive affirmations over yourself, you're like, you know what? I'm better than that. Mm-hmm. I can do better. There's better out there for me. And so it's like after a while, there's nothing. And I'll give you an example. That person that I was head over heels in love, I thought I was in love with, has come back many, many times trying to get back in the door, sending me messages. Hey, beautiful. Hey, this. And I'm just like, hello. And I'm speaking by his name. Hello, sir. There's nothing. Like at one point, I would give anything to be with that person. Fast forward, there's nothing that he can do. Absolutely nothing. I don't care what it is. If we were the last two people alive.
Mario, it's all about sex. That's what it was.
I was about to tell her. He stuck it all in.
You didn't want that man. You look how you treated that man.
Super Mario.
Yeah, I was going to say what Chris said. I was going to say because I don't know. That's rare though. Because maybe Dr. April have to enlighten me too. Because I feel like if I honestly wanted a woman back I've talked to in the past, then I don't think I'm going to get a no. And I think that right then, if you didn't want me then and I messed up, I can clearly see why people left me in the past. I can clearly see. But I can also clearly see I have changed dramatically. I have grown dramatically. I'm definitely not that person. So everything that you was disgruntled about in the past, or it might have been hurtful in the past, or I didn't see in the past, you can't tell me when you see me now. It gives you visions of that. Because I'm so far from that. So if you would discuss it then, it's only to be enlightened now. So that's when they go back into, I think, of what Horace is saying about you doing yourself a disservice. Because if you are holding me to a place in your heart that I was when I was back then I'm so much more than that now. Right. So you don't even get to meet the new me. That with that whole other vigor to make sure that I never mess up again because I fumbled the ball the first time.
Mm-hmm.
and I got emotional intelligence now.
But see, that's the thing, though.
Bingo.
That's the thing. It's like, hey, she don't know that. And you could have changed, like you said. You could have changed, but it's what she has in her head, how you treated her then. That's the thing. It doesn't matter that you change. It's going to always be when she get back with you, if she decides to give you another chance, could he do me like he did me before?
That's all
I'm not going to let crazy that you say that. Dr. Givens, it's crazy that you say that because you know that men are always taught to make things right as little boys, though, upbringing. So sometimes, like you said, the error in our way, like Mario said, when we were younger, we were taught a certain way. So we did things, stupid things. When we look back now, I don't even understand why we did it, but we did it. Listening to our ceiling or guys that were older than us and we thought were telling us the right thing. Then when you start to venture out and learn how to do these things, some of the times you look back and actually start to realize that woman was giving me everything, and we make an attempt to try and fix it. Yes, we understand that once a woman is spent, she's spent. R. Kelly made a whole song about it. However, we do go in and we try to make things right. And I think a lot of women miss their blessings. A lot of women get bamboozled too. So it's just like that gambling thing. You got to know, how to take your shot and be a good discernment of character, I guess. But that's what I got.
But the piggyback off of what Harder said, she don't know that dude. She don't know this dude. She knew that dude back then. And if we still connect, that must mean we probably connected on social media or something like that. You probably have seen the growth in me. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm not just running my mouth telling you I'm something different. You can physically see it. You can't, and the guy that I am now, you never met this guy. So you can't hold me to that guy. You know what I'm saying? I can see if he's been a shitball since then and trying to get back with you. But I would hope that if he's going to make a push for you, because he may have had the same feelings that you felt. Like, hey, look, I don't know nothing about marriage, but if I did, it would probably be her. I just don't know nothing about it. I don't even think about this shit. Like, we don't even start thinking about it back then. We might be 30, 40 years old before we even start thinking about that. And then once we start thinking about it, like, look, who did I feel like I wanted to marry more than anybody? Because I got 30, 40 years of experience now. Oh, Dr. Manning, that's the one I want. I'm going to go back and I'll let her. Period.
Access denied.
You know what that sounds
You
like?
have to just keep on saying no, but I'm coming back. Because that was mine.
What's up?
I knocked her off first. She wasn't nothing before I got in there. I made her a superstar. I'm coming back. We're doing a reunion.
Like unresolved emotions. I think they're the same. It sounds like the same thing Chris was saying, and then Dr. April Givens said it sounds like unresolved. What you said, emotions? That sounds like that to me too. It sounds like you can let go of the past hurt, and you still festering that all that past hurt, and you can't move past that to see me for who I'm truly willing to show you.
Yeah, I'm right now.
Like if I come to you with a clean slate and say, "You're right, I wronged you at the highest degree, and I was unintelligent mentally and emotionally to even understand the magnitude of what I was doing to you. But I can look in your eyes right now and tell you from the bottom of my heart, you will not regret another chance. And I'm not saying just let all your walls down at once. I'm saying give me a chance to chip at them until you feel free to open the door and let me in fully. I'm saying you're gonna look at me and say, "Nah, I'm straight because you hurt me when we was 20."
There's something in there. It's something in
You know
there.
what's crazy though?
That right there, I'm gonna say I got a doctor I know, Miss Gibbons. Do you need to go talk to her? Because right now there's a lot going on.
And
you know what's funny?
Women, wait a minute, Zay. Women would get mad when they see that finished product with somebody else. You know what I mean? I see it happen all the time. Now he want to be all these things like that. You didn't recognize because you let hurt blind you. And he's evolved into something, man.
And I feel you. It's dangerous. But I always tell anyone,
vice versa.
I always tell them that if you're scared to love, if you're scared to take a risk on love, then you're never gonna get love. Because love is dangerous because it's vulnerable. Like I tell my homie all the time, like you can't love unless you're vulnerable. So and being vulnerable is scary to any adult. To me, I don't give a damn because you got so much to lose. And all of us have been hurt before, so we know how that feels. Nobody want to go through that again. But to really understand love, you got to be as vulnerable spot you can be. And that's dangerous. But without no sacrifice, you can't get to the top of what it really is to be like, I trust this person with me, honestly with me. To the ability that I can trust somebody. Like I always joke and say, Yeah, I trust my wife. Yeah, as far as I can. As far as but I don't put real what Tootie said, unreal expectations on her. Yeah. Like I don't force her to be perfect. And I think, sometimes like Zay said, and I'm gonna let it go. When we as little boys, you almost preached and beating your head to pick a perfect woman. Your mama and all your aunties telling you that's a hussy, that's a slut. Don't get no woman like that. Get you a good wholesome woman. Get you this. And then all the men saying, that ain't shit. She ain't got no curve. She ain't got this. So all your life, you trying to pick this perfect woman that appeases all the women in your family and all the men in your family, all your homeboys, all your homegirls. And then you end up at such a young age because you don't even know what love is, emotion is. You're just trying to paint this picture that everybody telling you this is how it look, and you fuck up. But then eventually you get hurt, you learn, and you grow and all that kind of stuff. And you go back and say, damn, she was it. And now she don't want to let me back in.
Hold on, Chris.
Kanye.
Wait a second, Chris. The thing I was gonna say, Mario, that you talked about, and that's overlooked a lot. The approach that you took to the woman that you made a mistake with. You know that most of us men don't even know how to articulate that to the woman to where she understands it, because we have a problem with being vulnerable or even with our feelings. We just think that if she give me a chance, like Chris said, I'm gonna show her, and they be burnt. So just something to ponder on. I didn't want to go like into depth with that. Maybe you could play with that a little bit, Dr. Givens, and come back to us with some feedback. But that's another piece.
We have ladies on the show today.
You almost had a whole show.
They can come back to us with some feedback
before.
Yeah. But definitely, that's one to ponder on. So if we can't even articulate that we've made that growth and that we're actually being serious and not playing outside of girl, I want you. She don't know because you told her that before. So that's just something, like I said, that I was just thinking about. You don't want to be Kanye-esque.
Go back to that.
I got a question for Dr. Givens if we got time. I want to know, when you actually being like, everybody always tell me it's hard to tell people how you feel. And that's like never been a problem for me. Like never in my life. Like I don't give like anybody know me, no, I'm not capping. Like I don't have no problem. Like if I like a girl, I'm gonna say if I like a girl, I'm gonna tell all my homeboys, that's my girl. This is what it is. And I don't understand what's the dilemma in saying, like, I want you. Even if you tell me no, I have to let you know. I feel like it's a disservice in life not to tell somebody like, I want you. I fucked up. I'm sorry. I'm saying, I don't know how else to say it. Just give me but then like Zay saying, I say that, then people be like, yeah, I can't say it. I don't know how to say it. Like, bro, just tell her exactly how you feel.
You're right. I mean, I agree. I don't have a problem telling people how I feel either, but everybody is not wired that way, Mm-hmm. So then you have that to where it depends on the person in all situations. I think even with, the relationship aspect and going back to someone, some women do go back to someone that maybe they dated 4 years ago and they wasn't good for them then. And then 4 years later, they reconnect and they get married. That happens all too often as well. So it depends on the person.
Well, I'm saying, what advice did you give somebody to be able to speak from their heart if that's a problem for them?
Not being scared, working up enough courage to be able to just, like you said initially, be vulnerable, be able to tell that person, because the thing about it is the worst thing a person could ever tell you is no. And that's not so bad.
I don't know, because I'm one of them people that Hard is talking about, Demario's talking about, because I have a hard time being that vulnerable to the point where I tell someone, especially when it comes to women, how I truly feel. Because for me personally, I haven't mastered rejection yet. Like even when just walking up to a girl in Publix, if she say no and I wanted to holler at her, it has an effect on me. So as far as like just telling a woman how I truly feel, yeah, I do struggle with that, with just simply telling her that. And plus, I'm more of a, instead of telling you, I probably like show you or so some kind of display of care or affection. But yeah, I struggle with that too.
But you could be missing out, just like you say, we missing out because we don't take you back. You missing out because you're not sharing how you feel. She could feel the same way, but she don't know that you feel the same way. So nobody's saying anything.
You're absolutely right. But That's like you said about the fear thing. Yeah, I do. It would be hard for me to come back and say, you know what, I really want to be with you, and hear no, like that will affect me. I'd have, when it comes to emotions, I have quick bursts of them. If it's upset, it's gonna be quick, and it's gonna be quick. If it's mad, I'm gonna just show it quickly. Or if I'm fun, whatever, I do that. So yeah, that's gonna. I mean, I'm not saying it's gonna long term affect me, but in the moment, yeah,
But it's a definite answer though, Chris.
Especially when it comes to women, like I've suffered from that from like family members and stuff like that, the women in my family, and not to say nothing bad, but I've suffered a lot of that from, just having a hard time with, just being let down or disappointed. So yeah, I suffer from that.
That's something you got to work on, Chris. Being okay with no.
And I think your chances, I think you're not just me, just knowing you. I think you're not giving yourself a fair shot. I think you're gonna get a lot more yeses than you think, or a lot more second chances than you think. I just honestly think that it's like sometimes we paint this picture in our head of like the worst thing can happen, and I don't even think you're gonna come close to it. I think majority of the time, if you was to tell a woman exactly who you is and how you feel and how deep you love and the morals you have behind love, it'll be like, whew, a breath of fresh air to her. Like, all right, now let's start building from here. Because then she'll see it because it's honestly who you are. So it's like, I think if you was to let people see that side, it'll just be so like warm to her that she'd be like, I got to. That's just, I just feel like you're getting more of that.
I agree.
Also, too, Chris, I was gonna say to you, it's a realistic goal because it's a definite answer. So definitely she does want to move forward. You, or definitely it's not a shot in hell, and you can dig in from that and just go forward. But that's just what I see from what you said. I ain't no doctor.
Well, you're right. I feel you.
That's my disclaimer.
We got to have it as a disclaimer. There's only 2 doctors on this show now. There's only 2.
Yeah, it's only 2.
So we just
three.
Don't take what we say.
I just play one on TV.
This is us. We gonna get you fucked up.
Yeah.
Turn your mic on. Turn your mic on.
Well, technically, it's not illegal to be a doctor if I put it in the front. Dr. Dre is not a real doctor. Y'all might not know that.
Auntie.
Hey, Auntie. Listen. So since we got estrogen on our screen, and we're wrapping up, we have to
always.
Yeah.
Never
we got to talk to the show about that, but that's a whole other story. Hey, so now that we have the lady from the Chambers, I'm gonna go to YouTube first. Have you thrown what you think you know about dating? Have you thrown any of that out the window? Like, what have you thrown out the window? One of those things you previously knew, like right now, you just like, okay, that thing ain't thinking. Dr. Manning.
Why did I know you were going to come in first?
Hey, I choose you.
I would say yes. And I said that because, and I was going to come back and actually have a rebuttal for Chris, because I think with you guys, we did a show recently, and one of the guys that was on the show, he is a clinical counselor, and he said men are like pilots and women are like tour guides. And that really stuck in my head. You guys want what you want right then. You want to move fast. For example, people asking you out on a date, like men do get their feelings hurt. Well, I don't know anything about you. No, this is through social media. I'm not going to meet you. And one guy replied, how are you going to get to know me if you don't go out on a date or if you don't accept that? And so for me, I don't know. I'm kind of 50-50 on that, because some things still, I have my wall up and I don't trust very easily. And so I am not quick to accept, but I'm not giving a person a chance either. So I'm just kind of 50-50 on that. Go ahead, Chris, because I see it.
Okay. Well, as a person that's dating, I hear this a lot. You know what I'm saying? Because I online date, I holler at women in person. I hear this a lot. And it seems like to me it's a safety issue, correct? It's a safety issue. I totally get that. But at the same time, we gotta look at this realistically. The chances of me hurting you the first initial meeting is slim. Most domestic violence is done in relationships. yet you don't fear relationships. The people that hurt you the most are normally closest to you, but you don't fear that. Especially in this age, we're 40 years old. No, I'm not. Look, you are a wonderful woman, but I'm not spending one day in jail away from my daughter to do something to you, especially on the first meeting. For what? For what? So that you guys have this fear of something that's really, the chances are so light. Chances are good that the first day he meets you at whatever restaurant, he's not coming to kill you. You stand a higher chance of danger inside the relationship, but I never hear y'all talking about how scared you is and paranoid about the relationship. I don't understand that.
What the heck is that noise?
Well taken.
The clock.
I hear grinding like somebody's popcorn.
Mute everybody to see who it is.
It's Dr. Tamika clock. Ain't this a clock?
Is it a clock?
Ain't no way that's a clock now.
That's Big Ben.
Valentine's Day.
Oh, it's Dr. Manning. She got a juicer going on that thing.
I do not have a chance.
Hey, listen.
That rose
right.
charging up.
Oh man, yeah, I don't know. Hey.
Talk about that.
All right, listen.
These roses.
We went off topic, man. All right. Well, Mark, you married, but I still give you the question. Have you thrown what you think about dating out the window yet from your observation post?
Yeah, I definitely threw it out the window. Shit. I hope I did. I'm gonna be out the window too. No, before I got married, I think I definitely had to take an approach. I remember I had started talking to this woman, and I told Christian, I said, "Damn, bro, I've never been 100% faithful with a woman in my life, and then how could I ever expect to get married if I've never been faithful? I never just said, do I even know if I could do it? So let me start probably trying to date with somebody just not for casualty and try to date with a purpose. So I think when I started doing that, I think I started learning. I think Dr. Given said if you start learning about yourself, I started learning a lot about myself because I started taking dating serious. So to answer Horace's question, I think that when I started all the stuff I was dating before, I think I was dating with a purpose of smashing, just being real, just trying to get to a point to say, I'm trying to get you here so I can have fun. And then we can, whatever happens after that happens. If it grew, it grew. If it don't, it don't. But when I started dating saying, I kind of I can see something with you. So let me only talk to women that I can see something with that fit at least the beginning part of what I want in a woman. I think I started taking relationships a little bit deeper as far as understanding on where I was going. Me.
And that was the worst I've ever seen my homeboy in his life. And that's what made me feel like, God damn it, this ain't what it is. I've seen this man go from always have the confidence of goddamn Lizzo or something like that all his life. And then he gets with this one woman, and it's like it sucks it out of him because he had this conversation with me saying he's not going to cheat. And I thought this was the worst situation my boy have ever been in. And
he's not lying. It was the worst time in my life to decide that. And in that, I had to see that I can make a vow to myself to say, no matter what, I'm going to get out the relationship before I cheat. I'm going to do the right thing. I'm going to express my dislikes. I'm going to talk it over with you. I'm going to see if we can come to an agreement, understanding. I was just because normally I'd be like, man, this ain't working. Fuck that, I'm out. And then, I was like, no, this time I'm going to say, I don't like when you do this. So is it something I'm doing? Trying to talk through this. And this was bro, I'm trying here. This shit was just beating me down like a slave. And then, you know what I'm saying? Then when I got out of it, though, I learned so much from that shit. I was like, yeah, I understand I can now. I just know I can't do it like this. And that was all wrong. That was all wrong. I don't want nothing like that. I don't even want nothing that kind of look like that when it's turned around look like. I don't want nothing like that because I know that where it's going to end. And I think that helped me. But it did. I feel like I was in the desert, bitch, for a long time with no water.
That's why I looked side eye to Jaleesa at first. I wanted to put my hands up. Look, you try my boy like that again, I'm gonna swing on you. That's why I was very critical of Jaleesa, dog. He had to say, hey, look, no, this is a better situation, dog. I ain't like that shit. My boy was fucked up, dog. I ain't like that shit. I thought Jaleesa was gonna do the same thing. I'm pissed.
Dr. Gibbons, what you throwing out the window with the kitchen sink?
Throwing out the window, preconceived notions. I think it's a little bit tough for me because I counsel couples, and going into learning all that I have learned about relationships and human behavior and therapy, it's just, it's twofold, because I counsel a lot of men individually, I counsel a lot of women individually, and I counsel women. Couples individually. So it's just like being able to get both perspectives teaches me a lot, because I learn a lot from my males in therapy about their feelings and their vulnerability, and how a lot of men are looking for the same thing that a lot of single women are looking for as well. And just having those conversations with initially someone who doesn't have the knowledge and the background would initially think that, oh, well, all men are like this, or whatever the case may be. I don't believe that, because I talk to men on a daily basis. And so I understand the deep emotions and the feelings behind how they feel, and how some of them have been really hurt as well. So all of that has changed the game for me when it comes to me dating myself.
Ain't nothing wrong with that.
I'm going to clap my hands to that, Dr. April Givens. We, as the Black Super Friends podcast, try to tell women that we talk to men all the time too. And the stuff that we giving y'all informational wise is not false. It's actually accurate. If you take the time to listen to us, you might learn. But it takes you looking in the mirror and changes some things. And I realized that people just don't like change. It's honest, but you got to be honest with yourself first.
Well, can you answer the question, co-host?
Hey, listen, I was into her piece. I could. I definitely believe that I've thrown a lot of things out. A lot of things that we grew up learning and about dating, that shit out the window is not going to get you the desired results that you want, unless you want to be a player all your life. But like my good boy Mario says, nobody wants to die alone. So at certain times, if you want a different result, you got to switch up the recipe in which you're presenting yourself. And that takes you working on yourself. So in the individuals who at the end of the year say, I'm fat and I'm going to get in the gym and it's going to be that year, that work that you got to do that most people they tap out on is the same work that you got to do to yourself to make sure that you can get your desired result. We all talk about companionship. Even the ones who swear that they don't want a man, I don't even know why they're here. So I'm going to have to say what Chris says. I hope God never blesses you with one. But for the ones who actually do want these things, another companion, whether it be woman, whether it be man, you got to throw away what you think you know, and you got to try some of the things that you would never have thought would work. That's the only thing I got for him. Again, I'm not a doctor.
Okay, what would be my throw it out the window advice? My advice? Being a Tyler Perry character only works in the movies. Trying to rescue a woman that's been hurt, damaged, or a victim of all these no good movie characters, men, you cannot. Until somebody is healed and open to receive you, she will not receive or see anything that you're doing. You just like every other Negro that has came before that. So, second, I would say I personally right now have just identified that I don't need to date right now because I don't understand it out here. But one of these old pimps said, you don't, what does it say? The girl, entertain the woman that wants you, right?
Not the one. Sound about right.
Yeah. So we got to chase the person. That's how the dating scene is. I'm chasing you, you chasing him, she chasing me, and ain't nobody hooking up. So, I'm too focused right now. So dating, that would be my advice to throw out the window. Stop chasing it and just keep working on yourself, I guess. But that goes back to the hunter and gatherers thing. So I thought I was a gatherer, but I found out that I am a hunter. I just probably am more of a trapper. And
Gucci would be proud.
Listen, so I am a hunter. Mario brought me back to the light and let me see. So listen, we know usually the chambers be on for 30 minutes. They be in there quick, ping, 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 and they out. We didn't kept y'all in, so we gonna wrap it up. We're gonna wrap it up with this last thing. I just wanted to go through real quick. Y'all, what advice y'all got for Kanye? Because the boy, he didn't miss her till she left. And to be honest, that Negro has turned into the person he rapped about. You know what I mean? So, Mario, what you got for Kanye? Because he's losing his goddamn mind.
It's every time I turn my phone on, it's something else with this guy. Like I ain't, sometimes he don't took me through so many emotions with his relationship. And first I was like, dang, bro, me and always talking about fighting for your woman. That's like real, noble of him to be like, I don't care how foolish I look, I'm gonna fight for my marriage. Then I see him like, bro, like you stalking this lady. Then you start talking about her dude. I'm like, bro, that ain't player right there, bro. You gotta leave colors out of this. He did not ask for this. Now you picking on her dude. Now then I'm sorry, I want my family back, but she a horrible mom. I'm like, man, this man's crazy. I don't blame Kim no more. Please, Kim, get a restraining order and use all your power that you have from Donald Trump. Make him call in some favors to the national security and get that motherfucker away from you. Listen, this guy is crazy. I ain't trying to be like, at first I felt sorry for my brother because, as black men, we always say, stand up for my man. This is my brother. But, bro, at some point, bro, it's like that. I don't think it's safe to have that range of emotion like Chris said so quick. Bro, you were just talking like crazy, and then you went to a game with your kids and was like the best dad in the world. You dropped them back off home or wherever it was and went right back on Twitter like, I'm going to beat this man. And I'm like, bro, what is this? This man is crazy. So I just say my advice is, bro, if you believe in God, Kanye, you always say you're a God-fearing man. This might be one of those times you might want to go on a fast, a little sabbatical, just get rid of your phone, go up into the mountains, and like Moses did, and then just lay out and then throw yourself out and then purge yourself from all the demons that seem to be possessing you, my brother, because you need some cleansing. That's all I got for you.
Date doctor.
Yeah.
I'm a goal guy. Like what's the goal here? And if the goal is to get your woman back, I don't think you're going about it the right way. I just don't think publicly embarrassing her, questioning her mothering skills, parenting skills, talking about a new dude, threatening her new dude, buying the house next door, sending roses, things like that. If the goal is to get your lady back, then that's not the way to do it. You don't get your lady back by getting with another woman that's not. You got to get with a woman that's way better than your woman. You have to get to the point where I feel like you own a whole. You're focused on something totally different. And when you come over to get the kids, you're not paying attention to her. You're paying attention to getting your kids and your purpose and everything like that. And I think that those things attract women and make women want to come back to you. Not the sucker shit, not the complaining and all that other shit, because it makes you look weak. And once you start looking weak to a woman, I just don't believe she's ever gonna come back. So if the goal is to get your lady back or get your woman back, one, you better get a chick way better than her. Two, you need to get on about your business. Don't worry about nothing she got going on, because that attention that you give her, she won't. It's negative attention, but she still want it. But if you take it away, you know what I'm saying. So I just think it's a better way. I don't know why you would want to go back. You know what I'm saying. I haven't been married, but that's something that DeMario would have a better idea for me to know what it would be to lose a wife. I'm sure that would be something that was tough. But nah, man, I don't like the way he's going about it, and I think he could do a little bit better. That's all.
I didn't handle myself that way, Chris. Hey, Zay, the latest man.
Man, I think me and Mario spoke. Yeah, I think me and Mario spoke a lot about this. So I think we see eye to eye on that scenario. I was rooting for Kanye in this scenario because, as he said, a lot of women say that men don't fight for relationships, and I thought that that's what he was doing. Even I think we did a piece on him moving right next door. Well, for the reasons that he told us made plenty of logical sense to me. As you know, I'm very involved in my daughter's life, so I can understand why you would do that. But that it's a lot of stuff you're doing, Kanye, that's not player. And you got to cut that out. You got way too much money for that. But what we've also determined is money does not define character. it actually intensifies who you really are inside. So now you're seeing who he was. This is the reason, like you, Chris, you know what? I owe you an apology about that birthday thing. This is what she knew and saw because she's been in a relationship with him all those years to know that he's all over the place. He is sporadic because, like you said, he made a valiant effort to get his wife back. I want to do this. I want to do that. Once you found out it was another guy involved, then you started to assault the guy. Like, why? You know what I'm saying? We were always taught that, you know, it's between you and the woman. He ain't got nothing to do with it. If you handling your business, then he's going to be obscure and it's going to be, your focus going to be back on you, but that ain't what happened. And then this last tirade of just like the public, the posts and stuff like that, nothing about that is played. Like, you losing all kind of points. So at that point, it's now the person who speaks first loses. And Kanye is doing a lot of speaking. As a man, we make actions, and them actions that you make in line. I'm sorry.
Dr. Manning.
Okay, so I'm going to actually go back to a point that I made earlier. Kim has given him chance after chance after chance to get it together. Now she's tired. She tried it. It's not like she didn't love him or does not love him, because I'm sure she loves him. But at some point, women are fed up. And once we're done, we're done. And I think this time Kim is done and she's moved on. So now he's displaying all these toxic behaviors because he's jealous and he feels like I'm Kanye because he has that mentality. And so I think that's the biggest of it. But also, we are the Chamber Talk Show. We focus on mental health. There's an extreme chemical imbalance. So I think he, one, needs medication to stabilize himself. And then two, also, like I think Chris said it earlier, focus, or one of you said it, focus on yourself and improve self-improvement. And that's what he needs to do. But of course he can't, because he's so full of himself, in my opinion, that I'm Kanye and how dare you go out and get another man? I'm rich, I'm this guy doesn't have half of what I have, or even a small portion. So it's the ego that's come into play, the toxic behaviors, along with the fact that he has some mental health deficiency. And that's my piece.
Dr. Givens, Dr. Manning displayed nothing but perfect facts, right? But I want to schedule some time as a group, because Dr. Manning found time to come all the way back to that part to try to prove her point. Yeah. I think I was gonna miss that. She was waiting to come all the way back to still try to prove her point.
We done.
I was waiting to come back to
Yeah, I know it. Yeah, we got to talk about that. Dr. Givens, what your thoughts on Yee?
She's right though, but Kanye is a self-declared narcissist. He stated that. No one, for what we know, we don't know if he's been officially diagnosed, but that's what he stated. So I believe Kim has given him grace. Kim knows his situation. Kim knows the magnitude of what Kanye has been going through for years, because she's been with him, and she has chosen not to put his business out there in the streets by remaining quiet and giving grace. I believe Kanye should stay off of social media, period. Talk to the attorneys that you both have dealing with this divorce. Send her a message privately. Nobody else needs to know the back and forth and what's going on between him and her and the kids. It's just not a good look. This woman has a brand she's trying to protect. He also has a brand. And it doesn't look good business-wise either for them to be, for more so him, because she's not responding, for him to be putting all this out on social media.
Well, listen, I would give my take before we go to our closing comments, which will be 1 minute apiece. I want to say that both Kim and Kanye are narcissists, right? However, I do believe that Kanye does definitely have some emotional and mental unstableness right after his mom died. Their brother's going through some things. But highlight this: most young brothers, maybe it's an egotistical thing, maybe it's a immature thing, but a brother think he has time when he leave a woman until he actually see her with another dude. And then that image of that other dude jumping inside of where he used to swim, oh, that's on his mind all day. So for Kanye to see that little funny looking boy, oh, that is tormenting that brother every day. But you live and learn. I've been there, bro. I gave somebody that advice, like, before you leave, make sure you can handle the thought of somebody else jumping on top of your woman. So that's something that he needs to think about. So, hey, but I do want the court to not acknowledge Dr. Manning using Kanye as an example to win her debate tonight. We will dismiss that. She has to come with a better example if she's going to ever try to do that. Close the comments, Heartbreak Chris.
Again, I made a Date Doctor vlog about this, but I truly believe this. The way the Valentine's Day story was told to me is that Cupid flies around, shoot people with an arrow, and make them fall in love. If the people are already in love, that is a waste of arrow. We should start celebrating Valentine's Day and make it a single celebration. I understand it's a celebration of love, so I'm not stopping anybody from celebrating it, but the focus should be on finding new love. We should try to facilitate that. Just like Jaleesa and Hardy, they should be saying, okay, well, I got a homegirl that I can hook you up with. We'll even pay for the first date or something like that. We should be trying to actively trying to find new love on this day. The club should be free. The dinner should be discounted. Everything. This should be nationwide. We should say, hey, instead of sitting in the house without a Valentine, let's try to find one. Let's try to go on a first date tonight. Let's facilitate that. Let's try to celebrate Valentine's in the way that Cupid intended us to. Find new love.
Ladies man.
Sounds great, Chris. I don't think that will happen, but I'm going to say this. Happy Valentine's to everyone. I hope that you guys enjoyed what we put together for you. I knew that you guys could have been getting Mushu or eating Ruth Chris, but you guys decided to be with us. That part. And you guys decided to be with us, so we're going to always, as I ask you every week, share, tap in, send it to a friend, or just share it on your page. But we appreciate you from the Black Super Friends podcast, and thank you. Horace, you got ghosts?
Oh, man. No, I thought that was my meatloaf bubbling. Hey, Super Mario.
Whoa. Pause.
Hey, whatever.
I want to say, like, to ditto what Zay just said. Thank y'all for coming out. Thank everybody who turned in. You know, every time these ladies come through, we always have an intriguing show, and I always think that we sound a lot smarter when there's two doctors on the screen. So we're gonna play the hell out of these clips and run them back again and again, so that every time somebody see the Black Super Friends, you're gonna see doctors all around, and we're gonna look smarter than we was the last episode. At least we'll get more credit. We want to say thank you. Actually, Chris' idea is good, and I think the world need that. I think if the people who have found love and are in love, you know, we get to spend most of our days with our significant other. We could pay it for it on these days ahead. And I think that I'm going to talk to my wife. That is a good idea to sponsor like somebody's date. Maybe they could be just the beginning dating. You know what I'm saying? Sponsor them a night out where there's no pressure. It's just do what you do. You know what I'm saying? I like that. You know what I'm saying? So, but I don't want to change Valentine's Day too much, because one thing Valentine's Day do is it evens the scale. See, for all those, yeah, nigga, no. Rich ass bitch, give a fuck about a nigga. Ooh. See all that hot girl summer that you come here around the Valentine's Day, you be lonely.
I'm so lonely.
In the whole song, that's what I like. It make you remember just how hot you want your summer to be. You cool your hot ass down just a little bit before in the wintertime, because you'll be lonely another Valentine's Day. So I like the little Valentine's Day evening of the scale. But just a couple days, you know, you might get a little reminiscent. She might come back. Maybe I shouldn't do that as much. But then, you know, back to the summertime, we lost back again, fellas. So thank y'all for coming out.
All right, Dr. Given.
Well, you know, I have to close with my affirmations. So today, the closing affirmation will be, I have an infinite supply of love, and I will remain grateful for the love that I receive.
And I like the earrings.
Thank you.
Dr. Manning.
Okay, I just want to say thank you guys for having us tonight. And Chris, I think the women also need coupons. So, okay, I'm good with the coupons. I think we both need coupons. And so happy Valentine's Day to everybody. Thank you guys for, again, having us. It's always a joy to talk to you guys. You shed some light on so much, and we kind of get to see your side and your perspective, and I love hearing your perspective.
So we just couldn't keep the coupon. You might be the sister soldier of love because she just fighting Chris.
We can't have nothing to ourselves.
Ain't had nothing, man. Thank y'all for joining us for another week. Please hit the share button. We always fighting the algorithm. And if you feel free to pay me, send me some cash app. It helps with sponsorship and all of that. So send it over. We love you. Thank you. Hopefully we change some lives tonight.